Hello and welcome. Sensational charge leveled by Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. India's Defence Minister has accused the Congress party of trying to bring reservation for minorities through the back door. Even in the armed forces, the Defence Minister was speaking at a rally in Visakhapatnam and referred to past precedents of that Sachar Committee report in 2006, where for the first time since India's independence, the Congress, he insisted, sought a religion-based head count even in the armed forces, and much more on that big story coming up on India First, on a day when Prime Minister Narendra Modi also accused the Congress government in Karnataka of giving a share of OBC reservation in Karnataka to Muslims.
Prime Minister attacks Congress on Muslim reservations in Karnataka.
देश के ओबीसी समाज को लाभ मिलता था, उसका बड़ा हिस्सा कट गया और वो भी वहां चला गया। यानी कांग्रेस ने सामाजिक न्याय का अपमान किया, सामाजिक न्याय की हत्या की।
Backward Classes Commission chief targets Congress government in Karnataka.
कम्युनिटी की लोगों को अगर आपने ओबीसी में गिना है तो यहाँ पर माइनॉरिटी रहो या हिंदू हो, सभी के ही अधिकारों को छीना गया है।
Congress hits back, accusing PM of raking up old issues.
I pity the Prime Minister. Despite ruling this country for 10 long years, still you need Muslims to be abused and get into power.
War over Muslim reservation in OBC category. OBCs denied their due for Muslim appeasement. That's our top focus on India First.
This remains our top focus story. The BJP is accusing the Congress of blatant Muslim appeasement. The Congress has hit right back, saying that the BJP is extremely desperate and is trying to polarize Hindu-Muslim voters to win elections. Much more on this war over alleged Muslim appeasement. I'm Gaurav Sawant. As always, let's get started with the headlines on India First. Political war over Congress manifesto escalates. Rahul Gandhi reiterates wealth survey promise, says Prime Minister created inequality. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hits back, accuses the Congress of looting the people of India. Quota showdown escalates in Karnataka after Muslims are categorized as OBCs. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hits out, says the Congress will snatch Dalit quota and give it to Muslims. It's now official. Akhilesh Yadav will contest from Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh. The Samajwadi Party chief will file his nomination papers tomorrow. He will take on BJP's Subrat Pathak. Curtains on the final day of campaigning for Phase 2 of Lok Sabha elections. Voting for 89 seats across 13 states will take place on the 26th of April. Outrage continues over Hubli campus stabbing. Students take to the streets demanding justice for Neha. CID takes accused Fayaz into 6-day custody. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's sensational claim on Congress trying to bring Muslim reservation in the armed forces through the back door if it wins the 2024 elections is our top story, and this is a sensational charge to be made by the Defence Minister of India. The Defence Minister was speaking at a rally, a political rally in Visakhapatnam. He referred to past precedents. He said the Sachar Committee report in 2006, he referred to it, saying for the first time since India's independence, the Congress, he insisted, sought a religion-based head count in the armed forces. He warned of the dangers such a move could have in 2024. Religion-based headcount, and that too in the armed forces. Rajnath Singh insists there is past precedence in the Congress trying to bring religion and religion-based reservation in armed forces. Rajnath Singh warns this could have serious ramifications for the unity and integrity of India. Listen in to the Union Defence Minister.
साथियों, कांग्रेस के रिजिम में गठित हुई सच्चर कमेटी ने जब 2006 में रिपोर्ट दी थी, तो उसमें भारतीय सेना में रिलीजन के आधार पर, मजहब के आधार पर काउंटिंग कराने की, गणना कराने का भी यह सजेशन भी दिया था। आप ये कल्पना कर सकते हैं हमारी फोर्सेज में कौन किस रिलीजन का है, इस आधार पर काउंटिंग होगी। इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया के इतिहास में पहली बार ऐसा देखने को मिला था कि हमारी फोर्सेज में, आर्म फोर्सेज में धार्मिक रिलीजन के आधार पर विभाजन का प्रयास किया गया था। उस समय हम सभी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग विपक्ष में थे और मैं उस पार्टी का राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष था और पूरी ताकत के साथ मैंने इसका विरोध किया था। लेकिन मैं मानता हूं कांग्रेस का असली फेस यही है। वह इस देश की हर संस्था, हर व्यवसाय में डिवीजन करना चाहती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने हमेशा इसका डटकर विरोध किया है और हमेशा पूरी ताकत से हम इसका विरोध करेंगे। और साथियों, इस बार के मैनिफेस्टो में फिर कांग्रेस ने सरकारी नौकरियों में रिलीजियस माइनॉरिटीज के लिए रिजर्वेशन का संकेत दिया है। इस बार के उसमें जो यदि लागू किया तो उसमें आर्म्ड फोर्सेस को भी उसके दायरे में यह ले सकता है। यह देश की यूनिटी और इंटीग्रिटी को प्रभावित करने वाला एक थॉट है। इससे मैं समझता हूं समस्त देशवासियों को सजग रहने की जरूरत है। क्या इस देश के लिए इस प्रकार की सिक्योरिटी सिचुएशन एक भयावह स्थिति पैदा नहीं करेगी? इस पर भी हमको विचार करने की जरूरत है।
You heard Rajnath Singh. You will also hear Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Prime Minister is accusing the Congress of blatant Muslim appeasement. He is quoting the Karnataka incident or the Karnataka precedents where Muslims have been given OBC reservations. The Prime Minister said this takes away from OBC rights to appease Muslim voters. But let's for a moment stay on the Rajnath Singh statement, and joining me on India First is Colonel Rohit Dev. He's a former Mechanized Infantry Unit Commanding Officer. Tuhin Sinha represents the Bharatiya Janata Party on the broadcast. Syed Asad Abbas is a political analyst who joins us from Karnataka. But first I want to cut across to India today's Shiv Arur for more on the story. Shiv, you've covered defense for a very, very long time, and you covered defense. That's a big charge to be made by the Union Defence Minister of India, Rajnath Singh. What do you make of this?
Gaurav, the Defence Minister, Rajnath Singh, looks like he's taking forward what the Prime Minister and other senior BJP leaders, including Amit Shah, have been saying over the last few days, where they're accusing the Congress party of basically promising a religion-based reservation, if they come to power. Now, Rajnath Singh, being the Defence Minister, has also invoked the Sachar Committee report, which was a committee that had been instituted by the UPA-1 government in 2006, a part of which had actually been, tasked with conducting a Muslim head count, possibly even in the armed forces. This was something that had become hugely controversial at that point of time. And now to extrapolate that committee report with what the BJP now insinuates is the Congress's real intention with its manifesto, with the X-ray that it is talking about, makes this very, very incendiary. Now, the Congress is obviously hitting back at the BJP, saying that the BJP has been twisting and manipulating what the manifesto promises really are. But given what's happening in Karnataka right now with the quota system there, with Siddaramaiah actually hitting back, I believe that the BJP possibly gets even more ammunition to push what it is suggesting that the Congress is really intending to do.
Let me bring in Colonel Dev. Sir, you've been in the army for long. What do you make of this? What was it like in 2006? And is this fear-mongering by the defense minister? Is this an attempt to polarize during these 2024 crucial elections, sir?
Gaurav, if you permit me, I will just give a historical perspective. India has been a nation of many religions. You go back to the times of Sri Jagjeevan Ram. That time also this issue had been initiated, and not only to anybody else, less than the chief that time, General Field Marshal Manekshaw. And Manekshaw had very clearly told Lieutenant General S.K. Sinha to respond that time. And if you take out your archives, you will find that in a very subtle way, the army had hinted without being rude not to meddle in affairs and said that we have enough of SCSTs and others already, and we are making in the officer rank also we have reached 1%, words to that effect. Going forward, even warrior scholars like late Brigadier Kabul have said that, it would be counterproductive tinkering with this system. So you only fix what is broken. And coming from Sachar committee onwards, there has been many times a talk about this, not only through the committee, but politicians have spoken at length because they have to, sort of go to their vote bank and the people they want to appease.
Okay.
But being bipartisan, I think both Antony and Parrikar, in a gap of 8 years, 2007 and 15 respectively, and that to the month of May, have made categoric statements that we should not meddle in this, and they have taken feedback from the military at that time as well. Now, since this manifesto has come out in a political way, each political party will take out the thing as they want to in terms of conjectures and what could happen. But from the military point of view, I want to make a very clear demarcation that things like military, organization which is most asecular in nature, since its inception and fabric and the edifice, you don't want to tinker with that army because that army is built on a lot of merit. The selection process is a way. For example, I'll give you one example. You say X religion, any religion, will have Y percentage based on some pro rata.
Okay.
What happens if you don't have influx of those people? It goes vacant, right? We are facing already a problem. We are doing Agniveer to meet a gap of 8 to 9% of deficiency.
Okay,
so
stay with me for a moment. So we'll come to these nuts and bolts in just a moment. So you're saying don't mess around with the armed forces, keep the armed
100%.
forces insulated from this, Syed Asad Abbas. Armed forces must be insulated from such politics. But the fact that Sachar committee during 2006, during the Congress regime, sought a Muslim head count, and the fact that Rajnath Singh today says that if you look at the Congress manifesto, it once again indicates that reservation in government services, including in armed forces, this is very worrisome.
I'll tell you what is worrisome, Gaurav Saab. The fact the Bharatiya Janata Party and the respective leaders like Rajnath Singh need to look more upon the Sankalp Patra than the Nyay Patra. Jhoot pe jhoot. Let me just bust quickly some fake news. Aditya Nath ji कहते हैं कि Congress will implement Sharia law. Where in the Congress manifesto has it been mentioned? Not just that, PM Modi ji कहते हैं कि Congress will redistribute your wealth to minorities. Where in the Nyay Patra of the Congress does it mention so? Also, our Home Minister, Honorable Home Minister, Amit Shah ji कहते हैं कि Congress will bring in inheritance tax. Where in the manifesto, sir? The Congress speaks of 5 pillars in its manifesto.
Okay.
Yuva Nyay, Nari Nyay,
Sir,
Kisan Nyay.
I'm sticking to the statement by the Union Defence Minister today. His apprehensions. Tuhin Sinha, the Congress accuses the BJP, 1, of blatant fear-mongering, 2, lying through its teeth, show the fear of special favors to Muslims and polarize Hindu voters. That is the strategy according to the Congress that the BJP is doing, sir.
Well, good evening, Gaurav. Not only the BJP, the whole country needs to be worried, if you read between the lines in Congress manifesto. Now, Syed may wax eloquent that it is not written in the manifesto, but neither was CAA mentioned in the manifesto. 2 days ago, what happened? Chidambaram came out and categorically said that the moment they come back, they will take away CAA. Now, when it comes to Muslim reservation in jobs, there are multiple times in the Congress manifesto, multiple times empowerment of minorities is mentioned. In fact, the word minority is mentioned all of 13 times, while the word majority just finds one mention, even that is in a negative connotation by way of majoritarianism. When it comes to the judicial service, they've very clearly mentioned that precedence will be given, for appointment of judges based on with preference to backward communities and minorities. So how do we assume that the Congress is not thinking of something similar when it comes to the armed forces, especially when, as Rajnath Singh ji very rightly pointed out, the Sachar Commission report of 2006 had called for a head count.
Okay.
So I don't think we are imagining anything. I don't think we are fear mongering. We are putting the onus on the Congress party to explain in detail what the several insinuating comments, the several insinuating references which its
Insinuating
manifesto
comments,
has
you
very
say. Syed Abbas, quickly respond before I bring in Colonel Dev, because BJP says when Congress party or when Rahul Gandhi talks about proper representation for Muslims in government jobs and in higher ranks in armed forces or words to that effect, how will this be ensured unless through reservations, sir?
The fact of the matter is, Tuhin Sinha mentions of minorities. Respected sir, in minorities, there's not only Muslims, there are Sikhs, there are Buddhists, there are Christians, there are Jains. So it's the Bharatiya Janata Party which is looking through this prism.
Why reservation in the armed forces? Armed forces is a merit-based organization for national defense. Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw was a minority. He became the Field Marshal and was Army Chief. There are so many examples from General Bikram Singh to General J.J. Singh. Sikhs who became Army Chiefs, again minority.
Absolutely.
There are generals,
but the
there are
fact
Army 3-star Lieutenant Generals who are Muslims, and I don't even want to say this because Army does not see religion.
So allow me to complete my point, sir. The fact of the matter is the Congress party's manifesto has shaken the might of the Sankalp Patra. अरे भाजपा संकल्प पत्र की बात करो, न्याय पत्र की बात करना है तो let me just quickly read out the page 30 of the manifesto. Congress will provide jobs by filling up 30 lakh vacancies in government job posts. The Bharatiya Janata Party will never mention about this. Congress will not increase any tax on middle class throughout its term. Page 31. The BJP will not mention about this. Congress will support small businesses, gig workers, apprenticeship, MSP on farmers, so on and so forth. But the BJP will not talk about
this. Discussion is very specifically about armed forces and this talk about reservation in armed forces. Are you assuring me
that read by BJP, sir? I will answer that. Gaurav Saab, this is an absolute lie. No Congress leader, I challenge you today, no Congress leader has spoken about reservation in armed forces for minorities.
Okay.
So this is a
quick response before I bring in Colonel Rohit Dev.
Well, Gaurav, a few years ago, Asaduddin Owaisi had made a similar, obviously his comment was more overt, where he had questioned the number of Muslims in armed forces, and he was rebuked by the army. Now, the Congress does things in a more sly manner. Like I mentioned, when you have to take what is written in the manifesto with the comments, with the overt comments of their leaders.
When did Owaisi become a Congress leader,
please don't intervene like that.
You're sitting.
Please don't intervene like this.
Fair point, but Colonel Rohit Dev, armed forces need to be strictly apolitical. Strictly apolitical. And that message needs to go out to every political leader and party.
Gaurav, I agree with you. You see, this debate is happening because of an ambiguity, or like Mr. Tuhin Sinha says, a very coy manner in which a political party may react. I have no objections to what the politicians do. But when it's now, the cat is out of the bag and people are challenging your intent in how you want to give this 30 lakh government jobs, which also includes, as government servants, we are also government servants, right? It's a government job. So you ought to clarify your stand. Redo your manifesto in that line and take out amendment. And you say this does not allow to interference in judiciary or what you want to do. But 100% you need to mention the armed forces.
Okay.
Because the debate has initiated in 70s and still it's lingering. You saw
I want to come to another aspect very quickly. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched a frontal attack on the Congress for giving Muslims reservation in jobs and educational institutions out of OBC quota in Karnataka. He was addressing an election rally in Sagar in Madhya Pradesh. The Prime Minister said, and I quote, "Once again, the Congress has given reservation on the basis of religion in Karnataka through the back door by putting all Muslim castes along with OBCs. By doing so," he said, "it had snatched a big chunk of reservation from the OBC community." This, he said, that the Congress was indulging in a dangerous game that would destroy future generations. Listen in.
कांग्रेस वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स के दलदल में
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a frontal attack on the Congress on reservations for Muslims, saying that the party had sinned on the issue of OBC reservations. The Prime Minister said the Congress had included Muslims on the OBC category in Karnataka, thereby denying the OBCs benefits of the quota.
जो हमारे देश के ओबीसी समाज को लाभ मिलता था उसका बड़ा हिस्सा कट गया और वो भी वहां चला गया। यानी कांग्रेस ने सामाजिक न्याय का अपमान किया, सामाजिक न्याय की हत्या की। कांग्रेस ने भारत के सेक्युलरिज्म की हत्या की। कर्नाटका अपना यही मॉडल ये कांग्रेस पूरे देश में लागू करना चाहती है।
Speaking at an election rally in Chhattisgarh, the Prime Minister accused the Congress of Muslim appeasement politics, saying all castes among the Muslims had been included in the OBC category. The Muslims were taking reservation benefits meant for the OBCs.
तुष्टीकरण, वोट बैंक की राजनीति एक कांग्रेस के डीएनए में है। तुष्टीकरण के लिए कांग्रेस को दलितों, पिछड़ों, आदिवासियों का हक भी छीनना पड़े तो वो एक सेकंड नहीं लगाएंगे।
Hansraj Ahi, chairman of the National Commission for Backward Classes, said the OBCs were getting 32% reservations in Karnataka, and by including all Muslim castes into the OBC category, 4% was earmarked now for Muslims.
कुल मिलाकर 100% मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी की लोगों को अगर आपने ओबीसी में गिना है तो यहाँ पर माइनॉरिटी रहो या हिंदू हो, सभी के ही अधिकारों को छीना गया है।
The BJP has come out all guns blazing, accusing the Congress of Muslim appeasement and denying OBCs full benefit of reservations. Karnataka government data reveals all castes and communities of Muslims in Karnataka have been included in the list of OBCs for reservation in employment and educational institutions. Ahir insists Karnataka government has not responded to the Commission's queries.
अगर टोटल मुस्लिम अगर ओबीसी में आते हैं तो यहाँ आयोग ने पूछा है कि भाई ये कैसे हो सकता है। अभी तक उन्होंने रिप्लाई नहीं दिया, पूरा जो दिया अधूरा दिया है।
The Congress accused the Commission of parroting BJP lines during elections. Congress MLA Rizwan Arshad said reservations for Muslims was given for 30 years and the BJP was just making it a poll issue now.
NCBC suddenly wakes up and says, no, that's wrong. That means, and that too during the peak of the election, when the Prime Minister, with the fear that he's losing the elections, have started abusing Muslims. Instead of talking about unemployment, talking about price rise, talking about, why the poorest of the poor are getting more poor, the richest of the rich are getting more richer.
Even in the Tong Savai Madhopur rally, Prime Minister Narendra Modi accused the Congress of subverting the constitution, insisting even when the constitution was drafted, reservation based on religion was opposed. Bureau Report, India Today.
And this political slugfest is only set to escalate in the days and weeks ahead, and we will get you every twist and turn of that story. But that is all I have for you on this India First special broadcast. Many thanks for watching.